The Grug is fighting against Saxonia.
Look at Macedon.
More like
Oh, wow.
massive Don, right? They are back on the map. Oh, Rome is back. But Rome's not fighting Carthage alone. Celticia is getting involved, as is Britannia.
Sir Rogers, you were the chosen one.
And the Aves come in. Meet to the Ave grinder.
Hello and welcome to week 6 of Death Clash. And we have a new player, mind you.
Yes, we do.
Can
Why
you
don't
see
you
him?
tell everyone about this new player?
Azrael playing Occitania. Unfortunately, CB had to drop out, so there is actually a replacement for him in the name
I was
of
wondering
Azrael.
why CB had changed their name, but here we go. I mean, they dropped in right when Iberia was being divided up between Celticia and Bletanesia. Yeah, good enough.
Yep.
And so far, have they really picked any side in particular conflict yet?
When CB was manning Occitania, he didn't pick any side. I think he was allied to Britannia, if I remember well, last clash.
Yeah, Britannia seems like a solid ally if all you want are boats added to your fight, but
Oh god.
the armies have just been standing around here in the north. Do we still have the French paradox? We do still have the French paradox
Yes.
holding on with
Props to
a
him.
tiny amount of land. But you know what they do have is a guarantee from Rome,
From the Kaiser himself.
promising them that they'll join in any defensive war. Any, that's quite a bit. But when you are super landlocked by another country, that's bad time. Not only are they landlocked, they have to watch as their glorious culture is being erased by the Britanni menace.
And if I may interrupt you, Chad might have noticed something interesting. Rome might be in a war against Sequania,
Well, they
played by
might be.
Hilliard.
Why don't we
Yes,
take
they
a
are at war.
look-see here? Right, they want to gobble up Sicania. They want both sides of the Alps under their complete control. And how's that working out for them?
I'm
there?
getting a feeling of deja vu because Hillier
like-
was playing boy in the second and first week of the Death Clash before being utterly crushed by the Kaiser. and-
Yeah, it seems odd to relocate to, you know, another bordering province of Rome, but they're making their way through the Alps and just destroying poor Helia here. Won't
yeah.
anybody come to Helia's defense, right? Guaranteed by
alright.
Britannia.
What is
So
Britannia
is Britannia
doing?
making any? Is Britannia being good on that one? No, they're being a whole load of no good on that. So I wonder if we can, perhaps you can poke Mr. Rogers himself to see
Absolutely.
what is this guarantee? Is it not
Oh,
worth the paper
Roger
that
is
it's-
already writing, so
Oh, he knows what's coming. He knows.
no idea of what happened. Wasn't called into the war.
Okay. So if he was in this war, he would no doubt bring
yes.
the pain train for Rome. But because the diplomat just never made it, he's gone, nah, no war for him with Rome. But that's okay. I'm sure Rome will come to them.
Definitely.
So that's probably not looking too great for them.
No.
Otherwise, Occitania is at war. This must have passed me by. What's going on here? Oh, war with Britannia. Britannia's decided that, you know,
happening?
he wants a war. He just obviously doesn't want to fight Rome. So he's going to take on Occitania. Why would he do
Really?
such a thing? Occitania seeming a bit lacking in allies, so...
I'm
it's,
pretty sure Sir Rogers is gonna drop a line on the subject quite soon.
I should hope so.
Yes.
It doesn't look like he started, did he?
Sir Rogers is saying, who's playing Occitania? Lol.
Okay, right. It's not Occitania leading this war. It's
Nito Brija.
Yes, these well-known people here. What is going on and why? Right. So they're enjoying an alliance, and Nitio decided to attack Britannia,
What would they do?
or rather, they attacked Sequania.
Oh boy.
Who, they are guaranteed by Britannia.
But Britannia didn't join because
So now, Britannia does get involved in the war, but not with Rome. So it's a really bad day to be Sequania, a
Yes.
pretty bad day to be Nitro maybe. And Occitania is probably not having a great day, all things
and
considered.
we have the Kaiser himself dropping a line on our outline saying it's an old Kaiser Johan move called Separate Wars. Can't help if already at war with Rome.
Ooh. Sounds like divide and conquer then.
We have a message from Black Ninja himself saying, we are, and I'm gonna doctor his language, we are currently fighting Kalberg and the Seleucid.
You can go. You can be a bit more evocative than fighting, but not say what he actually said.
How would you go about
They
that?
are roughhousing the Kalberg.
Rough housing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Gotta expand your mind, expand your thesaurus. So, the Black Ninja. What's he up to? Right, I thought there'd be some kind of glorious cooperation, some jolly co-op between these, but no. It is the Black Ninja looking to actually fight down and deliver as many KOs as he has received himself in the dev clash thus far. Doesn't look like a particularly good day to be Parthia. I think we see that Bactria is also involved in some kind of war here. Yeah, also fighting against the Seleucids. So I don't think he particularly has to worry about the remnants of the Seleucid Empire getting involved. So. And oh my,
already
a message we've seen all too often.
Oh.
That is the end of Hylia. For that, quite a chunk of tyranny and a large amount of aggressive expansion
and
that
it is
Rome are enjoying.
Official. Rome is now in direct contact with Britannia.
Yep. Contact has been made.
Yes.
Will there be a conscious coupling here? I'm not so sure, but it's looking like tensions are rising.
Oh yes. Bosporan War not going very well.
I mean they managed to take back a good chunk of their land,
That's
but
alright.
If this is a war of attrition...
What is Krugi thinking?
He's egging him on. It's like, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Come at
well,
me,
he clearly
bro.
does. Oh, my goodness gracious me. That's...
oh, my
Those
Lord.
were some much-needed reinforcements for the Saxonians, but now we have reinforcements coming in once again for the Bosporans. Is it... Oh, it is too late, but is it too little? He's still saying, come and have a go. I like this guy, right?
Yeah.
He's not even armored, right? He's practically wearing his bathrobe, but he's still saying, come on, lads, let's have it. And they are having it. These fight animations are great. I just sat down and watched them for a minute, and it's not like what you have where it's just like swing and it just loops over and over. They are going for it.
Yes, look at that punch in the face.
Oh, he should have learned the pocket sand attack. Then he would have won even better. But he came out on top, right? Both times the Bosporans are sent packing there.
Yep.
Very all right. So again, it's anybody's game here.
And we have also a big update from Hagerink. Here comes Moria.
Oh, who's on the offense here, right? Let's check it out. The Moria and Shoreline War. So they're trying to strip Avata. I don't know what Avata is, but...
Parvata, but it's okay.
It was Sprit, right? Or was it Strip?
Parvata. Sorry for...
Well now.
destroying that name.
Okay. This is the aim of the game. It is fortified. But we'll see if the Shola can take on the staggering might of the
Look at the difference in
Maroons.
elephants.
Yeah, that's what matters. 1 in 38's not great odds.
Nope.
But I believe in Shola. Shola can pull this through. I don't know how, but fortunately I don't have to figure that part out.
No, that's
up to
Hagerink's
Shola.
job, yeah.
It looks like so far they're on the advance here, but they're chewing a bit of attrition. They're spread out a bit.
I'm really resisting making a joke about Hagerink going to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, but
I'm glad you resisted that joke.
Yes.
We're all better for it.
Look at Bactria, man. It's glorious.
It's getting pretty big, right? There used to be an empire here, something about Seleucids or something, but no Bactria came along and went, yeah, this is mine. This is very mine. Looks like they swallowed a fair chunk of aggressive expansion, so do they have any subjects right now? They have quite a few subjects, and their loyalty has been diminished somewhat. But hey, you know, major power Bactria. They'll be hoping that they can last, or rather outlast the Seleucids here.
Hundvid7 is saying, come on, look at Salty in Phrygia.
I mean, I could, or I could admire the sheer amount of pops that are here to be turned into slaves. Also,
I don't mind.
Nice incense. There was something about looking at probably Dacia, right?
Yes.
It was really Dacia, you're not just humouring me.
No,
amazing.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they're here, and they're at war with the Fridge. And I don't think the Fridge is going to last too long. Are Macedon also involved in this? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this highlighting. You're like, oh, man, where is Phrygia? Oh, wow. So they're going to war. I really think this is elementary. The Phrygia do not have a lot left to offer, especially when they have to consider the threat that is the D note to the south.
And I think they are also at war with Epirus, mind you.
Yeah, don't mess with the Epirus. Yeah, from their point of view, they're being sent home because they see this mighty Dacia stack coming in, laying down. That's just great, right? You don't always just have to use your weapon offensively. Use the shield as well.
Yep.
Smacking him in the face with. Oh.
Oh, and
any more for any more.
Yeah.
Oh, they're bringing in all they can, but it's just too little, and it's muckle too late. Oh, jings, look at this guy. He's only got 2 in Marshall. He's gonna get bodied.
Yeah. Boom, little spear to the face.
Bad day to be the Phrygia. And we're seeing Attica for the Macedonians from Nerdman 3000 in the chat. Whilst Darth is laughing at the headbutts. Hey, if you've got an opening, right, use your head. Make it matter. So I think Dacia are feeling pretty smug about this. They're also kind of free to expand south. They don't have any threat from Saxonia and Boston because they're busy burning each other to the ground. I mean, what is even happening with these lands on the side here, right? Population not looking so hot here. It's good for them these managed to defend this heartland because imagine this gets enslaved, right? How many slaves would they pull away from that? Probably half a dozen or so.
Yes. And I think the tactic used by Johan is basically pillaging and scorching the earth as he moves through the provinces of Grugi in order to make
it seems like the policy now is peace.
Oh, wow.
They're even trading with each other now, and I don't notice any border changes.
I wonder who caved in.
Do we have anything on the hotline?
I am doing so.
Regular Rod on the hotline. Unfortunately for Occitania, their war with Britannia not going so hot, and it seems like Britannia is not willing to just let them off with being the alliance. You know, they could have just said, all right, my ally declared this war, I'm having none of it. No, Britannia is coming down and taking it all. And this could be cause for concern for Celticia and Blitanesia.
Oh, yes.
When they see the Frenchmen's coming on south.
Ha.
I mean, listen, if you're going to send anybody to fight your war for you, you take it you're newly enslaved, civilized, integrated French cohorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dug my way out.
And we have another message coming from Johan himself saying that soon he will have a huge rebellion war in Saxonia.
Ooh, by soon, do you mean right now? Because it seems like Dania think it's their time to shine, and that's really fractured the country. What is going on? Who has decided to rise against them? Well, whoever it is, they don't really have much of an army to speak of, but looking at it, it is Badra Barucha, and she is leading the rebellion. Let's try to make friends with them.
Perhaps not.
Right, this looks like the real, this is like Marvel movie villain right there. Yep. I don't think Saxonia is going to have too hard a time. They should just win the war and crucify all those who went against them. Oh, D-Note has left the game right after he made this pretty ugly but functional. Actually, not quite. Why leave this? The Biblos. This guy's down on his luck.
Yeah. What am I doing here? He's about to die too, by the way. Look at his health bar.
Wow. Staring dead. He wants to imprison everyone. I hate everything in life.
Oh, man.
Oh, well. Listen, if you don't laugh about it, you cry about it. So I like to do the laughing for everybody. Yeah, Egypt, they've come out pretty much on top with this. Their aggressive expansion's pretty high, but at least they're not suffering pretty hard from tyranny at all.
No, not at all.
Pretty flush with points, lush with cash. Manpower not so hot. Phrygia, though, bunch of cash, but no manpower remaining. They've just been slashed up by Dacia. It feels like Dacia has kind of slowed down with the colonization here. I wonder if that's because they're significantly lacking in the power with which to do so.
And we have a message from D-Note, who is now back in the game, saying that there's a slave rebellion in Alexandria. How dare they?
Get back to work. Holy moly, where'd they all go? No, really, where'd they all go?
There we go.
Oh,
wow. That's a lot of slaves.
126, they're sieging down Alexandria. Well, you know, buy these mercs and throw them into them. I mean, what would happen with the slaves enslave the slaves into their slave army? That I would like. So let this be a warning to people that don't keep their slaves in line.
Yep.
Right?
Because culture. Told you.
We're not going down. We're not going down.
No, but it's true. Within the game, if you have a unified culture, people are more happy. So converting to cultures and religion too, it's always important to bear that in mind if you want to avoid discontent.
Great save. See, now we keep the Egyptians, we keep the Chemtic Egyptians there, but the army is in.
Yep.
They're going to pacify this slave revolt the only way they know how. What? I think you forgot that when you hire them at 0 morale.
Yes.
So I feel that the D note is going to have to make some new gains on his money.
Would Alexandria be part of a secessionist province? Could it be?
I don't think so. No. They probably have to push quite a bit harder.
Yes.
But also notice that the city has shrunk down so much. Should have kept the slaves away from the arms. Right, there we go. They've taken control of the province. That can't be good news. And they're moving in. They're moving in. Right, they're not satisfied with just Alexandria. These
That's
slaves
not good. They're gonna get crushed.
Are moving in. Oh man, and they don't even get the morale by the end of the month. It's a pretty brutal day. Like very few losses for the slaves.
Yep.
And they don't even have a. Oh well, no. That's the slaves that don't have a leader.
And
wow.
scene.
And they still send them packing. Nothing to lose but our chains, says Joe Time 420. Well, there is that. There is that indeed. Okay, well, that's not looking so hot for poor Egypt. Their slaves appear to be emancipated. Is that the real world, or is that the one where you disintegrate things? I can't.
Emancipated is like freeing yourself.
Okay. Didn't Portal have the emancipation grill? Maybe I'm...
Portal?
Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
Probably.
But it's not you and it's not me.
Nope, clearly not. The Imperial Highway is being built.
Oh, right, he's building roads.
Yes, you can see it right there.
Yes, I can. Here we go, right? That's the problem with Hannibal, right? He lost most of his army crossing here because he didn't know how to build a road in front of him. You need to do it Factorio style, where you just immediately build it as you run across. And look at, hey, that's kind of cool, right? You know, build it across the river, want me to build it right back again, and hey, another one, why not? And then also he can bring the glory of Roman roads to Gaul.
Yep.
So it's just amazing, right? They didn't have a clue what they were doing. They just dug a hole and filled it with old bits of...
Can we get to the end of the road, see if there's a few Romans? There we go, he's building it.
Yeah. Oh, right, hey!
Look at that army.
Shovel is... Yeah, well, I mean, they were military men, but they were also engineers. Excellent, and yet they couldn't build some good shoes.
I like how Luminicia Desu is thinking Britannia should declare war and investigate if all roads lead to Rome. That's a good one.
We need a coalition against Rome, goddammit. What are the players doing? Says Random Dude Yo.
I think Random Dude Yo, there is talks in corridors.
That's something to ask when the team come down for the weekly banter.
Yes.
Okay? You know when that happens, because I just skedaddle right out of here. And
perhaps
ask
I
them,
should tie you to the chair so you could stick around and listen to the banter.
Listen, let's try to diffuse any kind of like tension that we have here. Don't suggest that we tie each other up in any capacity.
I meant no. Oh god. Okay.
Okay, but here's a war that's going on: Britannia versus Rome.
Oh yes.
Clash of the Titans.
Finally.
Right? Looks like we just jumped into it. There have been no skirmishes yet. But Rome is pouring on in. I think it's safe to say, yes, it's the Roman Britannic War.
The long-awaited war.
Here we go. Ave, ave, pave the way. Britannia is bringing all the units north. Looks like he's pretty much abandoning the south, probably because it's not full of Britannians.
See, that's the problem when you share such a long border with another country. You cannot expect from where they're going to strike.
Yeah, I just got to shorten it. But that's why you need the advantage of being the one to strike. Britannia seems to be trying to consolidate their armies, but they really don't have that much compared to Rome. I mean, what? Okay, right, they are massing light infantry.
Oh, yes.
But this is how you mass light infantry. And light infantry itself, I don't think handle too well against heavy infantry, if I recall. Yeah, they do considerably less. And Rome have more heavy infantry than Britannia have. Is that true? Is that true?
So, right now,
it is true.
I would love it, Nurgle, if you hear us, please put up a poll between Britannia and Rome. I'm really eager to see who Chad is going to root for. And I really want to give a shout out to Kaiser Johan for making my dream come true of seeing this Britannic Roman war. It's
on the lands.
We've
right?
been talking about it.
We've had it on the sea. Now we're having it on the lands. But what are other countries thinking? Right? They're obviously seeing Rome invading Britannia.
Interestingly
but they're not,
enough, Armorica is not part in the conflict. But interesting.
But okay, right. The question is just well. And seems like we're looking at about a 70-30 split between support for Rome and support for Britannia. Britannia's really going to have to pull something out of the bag if they want to win this. If we get an idea of their technology, they're enjoying Tech 8, almost Tech 9, especially on Marshall. They want to push that up as best they can. Whereas if we think about it from the Roman point of view... right, they're equal
Level
on
8,
military tech right now, but... with just a little bit, Britannia could push over and get the advantage
Potentially,
here. They'll be finished in May this year.
Could we take a look at the military trees for ideas?
Oh, yes.
Military ideas.
Here
this is something we
Barbarian traditions, okay?
Ooh.
He has a lot of military power to spare, and now is the time that he should be putting it to use. But don't want to look at it too much when we got the battles coming on, right? We have the massed amount of light infantry here. But again, light infantry just cannot match up against heavy infantry.
Yes.
They're having to work with numbers, but this is where Rome still can thrive. They can bring in the numbers. They're bringing a lot more casualties for Britannia because, again, the units just did not match up. They marched in with heavy infantry
and we have
against massed light.
60k stack from Southwest coming to the rescue. Will they come in too late?
It's reinforcing defeat, I think. They're putting up a fair fight, but I mean, they don't have a lot of advantages going for them. The Romans had to cross a river to get here, but they are better led, better equipped.
Yes.
I think even the gods are on their side here. The only thing is that they're not outnumbering the Britannians.
Higher discipline too compared to Britannia. So
yeah, they brought it all, and even more backup
and they
coming
keep
in.
coming.
Didn't even have to ask for it this time, but we're getting the wave of Ave. I honestly think Britannia should have waited to get the tech advantage. At least they would have a little bit of an edge, because as it stood, they didn't really have an edge. Oh, wow. During the struggle, 86,000 of our troops were killed. Yet Britannia lost half their army there. Whereas Rome, you know, they lost quite a few troops, fair enough, but they have plenty more where that came from.
Oh, yeah.
It's Brexit, the game. That came in from Saladin Database. That's funny to laugh at when you're not part of it.
So far on paper, Rome has clear advantage.
They're trying to go north, but it looks like they're getting cut off. It is very likely that we will lose lower commander skill. They have higher morale. They have got higher everything. Oh boy.
And again...
And to add insult to injury, they're using the bottleneck formation or strategy in Rome, whereas they're using the shock action in Britannia, and that's working against them.
Yes, and also Rome still rocking that heavy infantry.
No elephants on either side, so it's anyone's game, but probably Rome's.
A few Rome, I think I have 5 elephants or something.
Let's get some numbers on that.
One.
They got one
Sorry,
elephant
I thought it
unit.
was 5.
I wish it was 5.
Fall 19, why isn't everyone declaring war on Rome? We'll try to discuss that in the after talk following the Death Clash, just to...
Yeah, I mean, we can't answer why they're not doing it, right? Yeah. They are human beings, I'm told, so we can't understand their thoughts from here. But once they're down, you need to bring it up with them.
Yep, definitely.
Oh wow, he got massacred there. Right,
oh yes, butchered.
And they can't even run north. You know, at least if they got north, they'd be able to perhaps ship their way back to Britannia. Britannia proper, that is. Does that mean that Rome's going to come in and once again culturally enrich France, but turn them into true Romans?
Oh, poor Gaul.
I mean, at least that's a better fate than becoming British, right?
I mean, it's the historical faith.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, you can
Latinized.
have aqueducts, so you can have football fields. What are you going to choose?
Or,
Yeah.
you know,
The lead-
neither of this and just good baguettes.
The
and
lead lining adds to the flavor and keeps you healthy.
croissants.
Oh, that is
Within the chat, perhaps. Why is no one pulling on Italy right now? Again, you know, probably.
Who are we to say?
Yes.
What's this Armorica? Armorica
Of
have
course.
decided to fight against
Yes.
them as well.
Yes, the French paradox striking from the
What,
shadows.
what he's doing is he's seeing the line that Rome is drawing and going, you know, if I don't strike out and get something now,
Oh, yeah.
he's going to find himself landlocked again, but this time by Rome instead of Britannia.
Unless they have an unspoken agreement, and this was a time for Armorica to declare war in order to reclaim its rightful territory.
I wonder about that because, I mean, Rome, obviously, they'll want somebody to govern their lands for them, but that somebody will probably be the Kaiser and not the French paradox.
Sure. Oh, we have a bit of a salty black ninja right here. Rod, why won't you look at my cool stuff? So mean. Sorry, black ninja. We were caught up in the bigger war. So we have Die.
Die. Die.
The AI upgraded me into Die. Was gonna tell you that I was going to click the button, but unfortunately didn't have the time.
So he was even robbed of the joy of the new nation formation.
But kudos, well played, Black Ninja.
Yeah, I mean, he has snatched victory from the jaws of certain defeat. Bactria is now chewing on Karlberg.
No way!
It's just gone from bad to worse for Karlberg. Jorman's looking okay-ish, and Armenia has sewn themselves back together.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going pretty great for Bactria right now.
I bet he died to die and then just joined back in as them.
What happened to the color of Moria? Oh god.
Nah, the good money's on Moria. It's not, but I like to root for the underdog.
The fourth Morian civil war.
Yeah, well, they both got elephants, so it's anyone's game. But actually, that's the funny thing. Like the Mauryan revolt took a lot of the land, but not a lot of their army.
Yeah.
But they certainly have the land and the resources to make an army out of it. So we'll see how it works out for them. So Britannia, what's it going to be? The war score looking very not good for you.
Oh nope.
Minus 53 against
Very
the
bad.
Romans. The war goal is to control Haiduia. Yeah, that place. And more and more people coming back to Rome as slaves. Oh, real slaves. Bute Venutius, husband of chief magistrate, chucked in. Ooh, ransom. Open up negotiations to ransom the individual away.
Interestingly enough, Armorica, the French paradox, is playing a pretty sweet game because he's now sieging most of Brittany.
Yeah, got a lot of love for the Bretons. It's a good land to have.
Nice comeback. Unless, of course, you know, Rome pieces out before the end of the war.
Or Rome goes, yeah, you're not getting that, and they go, oh, okay.
That's actually mine.
Here we go. The peace offer comes in. Britannia is offering peace. Will it be taken by Rome, though? I wonder.
I sure hope not, because that would mean that Britannia would be free to attack again Armorica, and I kind of want to see the French paradox coming back. Look at the Roman navy slowly but surely moving up north.
Given that the Kaiser has not accepted these offers, I suspect that he's looking to do a bit of an invasion
269
of Britannia.
trying. Oh yes, this is going to be a full-scale invasion.
Yeah, and his units are pretty much in place.
Brilliant.
But are the Britannians ready to repel such an invasion?
Nope. Not so much.
But surely they have the naval capacity to...
I mean, when you look at the outliner, they have about... oh my.
Well, the pieces are all
starting.
ready. 100,000, 120,000 all in the boat and ready to go.
Oh, and yes, and the Kaiser is saying full caps on, the invasion begins.
All right.
Oh yes. Thank you so much for this beautiful...
Oh, it was quite the display, but he's still got to get go. Okay, he's loading up his last...
He's bringing everything.
Yeah, he's bringing just a touch more. 8th of July, they'll get on the boat and then on their way.
If I'm wrong, he didn't siege every single province of Britannia so far.
Not everybody has remaining units. He knows that Britannia's made a full-scale withdrawal from the mainland, so he's just left behind a few stragglers. Yeah. And here we go. This is where he's unloading. He wants to go straight for Londinium, I think. God. Yeah, he's splitting up.
Oh, yes.
It's just over. Right, so on he goes to Combretovium.
And he is spreading his army. And, yep, Sir Rogers is retreating.
Londinium. Sir Rogers, who slayed so many players along the way, is now feeling a bit of the...
GBT saying, where is Churchill when you need him? Oh, well.
We shall fight them in the Gaul. We shall fight them in Londinium.
Oh, I think they're going to fight them in Caledonia.
Remember, he ended up with, we will never surrender, but he's already begged for peace, so I'm not sure that really stands.
That's not nice, Jake.
Yeah, the slaves are already coming back, but I mean, they're British slaves, probably not the highest of quality. Probably just going to rise up in some kind of revolt.
And Captain Cabinet's saying, perfect time for someone else to attack Rome now. Hint, hint.
It's not like there's even that much population to take back in chains, right? If we admire the map from population map mode, where are the super things? Like, Bactria is looking good for it. All of Italy looking.
Who just joined the war? Macedon?
Oh, what do we have here? Macedon,
yes.
Dacia, Bosporan Kingdom, Saxonia. They are bringing it.
They are striking Rome.
They've decided now is the time. Rome is off on some little fancy adventure.
The Ides of War is just a few days away, but it looks like they're trying to stab Caesar in the back.
Right.
Hello,
but
Mr.
speaking of people that were stabbed inappropriately.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
Well, they trisected me, I think.
Yeah,
But you're still there.
Oh no, I turned it to Parthia himself.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
lived long enough.
Title.
How could they? How did you try to negotiate something with the players?
Well, I tried talking, and it did seem that Chin was maybe something, but then it turned out, nothing.
Oh man.
It does look like they're making some progress up there in the...
Yeah, but Rome is still
they're
mobilizing.
Moving troops in, and they have still loads of stacks right there to defend their heartland.
This seems to be just...
How many wars is Rome in at this point?
Well,
3?
Carthage is deciding it's do or die. Carthage have to make something happen now, right? But will we see
Carthage
the Iberian powers come together against Rome as well? Right,
Yeah.
So Rome's going in for the fight. Looks like they got a level playing field here. Peace offer from Britannia.
I don't think the Kaiser is going to go for it.
I mean,
oh well, the Kaiser.
I'm not saying that Sir Rogers deserves to be fully annexed.
Oh wow, you're still.
Don't stash in one grudge, just hold still.
Considering how quickly he made the progress over Gaul, I wouldn't be surprised if the same progress goes the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, Rome's trying to fight back the first of the Macedon attacks here.
And we have a message from Grugi saying that the Bosporan kingdom has judged Rome and deemed it not civilized. It shall burn.
Ooh. Well, gotta beat them first. But it seems like Macedon, they're well led, well equipped. They obviously took a lot of technology from Epirus, who are not in the war. Why would Epirus not join in when their most esteemed ally is?
I guess allies don't mean much these days unless you're in the lovely Parthian, Bactrian, Armenian hug box.
Oh, whoa.
The land of friendship. That's what we should call it.
The cuddle cube.
Yeah, the cuddle cube, the land of friendship.
And we have also Conbendit saying Maca is happy to report that we granted citizenship to our whole tribe, getting rid of that abomination that is a stratified society. What?
I don't get it, but I'm
He said
sure it
words,
happened.
they sounded smart, so I'm going to go and say sure thing.
All right.
Good call.
Meantime, though, Britannia continues to burn here. They got an army, and they have sent some Romans packing. I don't think it'll be enough, but they're trying with all their might.
Yep.
That Roman manpower is going down.
It is going down for sure.
It's got a long way to go. Right, he's backing up. They trying to keep hold of this mountain pass here.
I think trying is the key part.
Well, they got the early advantage here. Oh, but now Rome is rolling on in, right?
But
the leadership that Macedon have here, that 13 marshal is and better quality, better It's not looking so hot for Rome, but we'll see if they can pull it through. If they can just beat back the units
And they're
try
still
to...
bringing over units, so who knows?
But if they're feeding it in piecemeal, not usually a good idea. But yeah, and look at that. Better tactics chosen by the Macedons. Even so, though, that's the thing about Rome. They can pour body after body into a conflict.
Yeah.
But the Macedon seems to be doing pretty well.
They're doing pretty well.
They're getting
That's
occupations.
gonna be,
and Rome is, well, Macedon's winning out here. Rome's going to have to scramble to bring its units back, I dare say.
Yeah.
I mean, Rome is at war on every single front of their country.
Pretty much.
Which is generally a suboptimal play.
Well, they can fight in any direction, and
this battle is going on for
this
quite a
kind
while.
of thing doesn't happen to you if you.
and Macedon know that they need to bring in a bit more to secure victory here.
Yeah, and
Rome are trying.
They're
They're
still going.
force marching their way in. But not enough of defeat and defeat. And,
wow.
Okay, yeah, and the war goal is fully occupied by the attackers.
Rome's gonna be going home.
Rome going home. What?
Ah, nice.
And maybe Shoreline.
We have a
Please come in. The French paradox himself. How's our Morica doing? Well, there you go.
Surviving, I guess.
Surviving,
I
yes.
mean, technically alive.
Yeah, we saw that they made peace with the Romans, so we were not so sure we could enforce more than the basic peace deal we could enforce. A nice feature, by the way. I'm very glad I could just click that button, get out of the war with what I needed, and get a truce.
Sweet.
So we wanted all our Morica back, but you know those Bretons are a bit like. Refuse, they refused to comply, but now we got the coast back, so we have a lot of new opportunities. We can make boats.
But kudos to you to make that small comeback. I sure hope that you're gonna manage to push it a bit further down the line.
I mean, I hope so.
And Jake is currently being puzzled and staring at wars and numbers.
I mean, this is the big conflict that's going on right now. Rome is trickling in their armies, but I think it might be a bit too piecemeal.
Seems like a lost cause for that battle.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Rome have a huge army stationed here, ready to rock and roll, and the invaders can't react on all fronts at all times. But yeah, that Roman manpower.
Is it
an
an invasion if it's land that Rome took from other people to begin with?
Oh, they certainly didn't take it from Macedon.
Is Epirus in that war too, by the way?
They're freeing them.
Epirus was not previously in the war, and they're certainly not now.
Huh, interesting.
Isn't Epirus a subject?
No,
Epirus is just making research on his island.
But really, the Macedons can't really afford to lose any of the momentum they're getting here, and this could be trouble for them.
How much mercenaries does Macedon have?
Is that right? That's the end of it. I say it's always a bad idea to end war in the middle of it, end a session in the middle of a big war. But this is the fate that Rome invited upon themselves when they decided that Gaul should be theirs.
Yep. And we have the score of the best warmonger with, of course, Kaiser Johan in first place, second place for the Doctor playing Macedon, and lastly, Black Ninja.
I'll take it.
Kudos to
Gotta
you.
change the name tag. Had a double upgrade.
Oh,
just
your
saying.
manpower
So,
is also drained.
Yeah.
in order, we.
But I like how everyone is praising Macedon when it was I who gave the go signal, I who's charging with all
Did
my
you
troops.
now?
Yeah.
Okay. So how exactly did
It's
that happen?
basically
Did you guys synchronize before declaring war?
It was basically now or never. Let's do it. Death.
Okay.
So basically, we're the Rohan right now, just riding down towards the freaking mortar right there.
See, here's my manpower invested into cash.
Well, I hired
60,000.
your mercenaries standing there. They were like, oh, schnopp, schnopp.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for the good game and for the player wars. It was awesome. We will catch you next week for week 7 of Death Clash, and catch you next week.
Bye, guys.